Hi, welcome to the Be Encouraged show. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Frank.
And today we are going to talk about service and leadership.
Indeed, we are. Greg Plunkett on a faith-driven business, and Eddie Roden on mentoring with a purpose, Lisa.
Yes, one mission, community with service.
Let's
Be encouraged.
You can have the best product in the entire world. And if you don't know how to relate to your guest, or you don't know how to show them, hey, this is trying to help you with this, it's never going to go anywhere.
Serving the military, I've seen a lot of people just have, very toxic relationships with money.
Treat your neighbor as yourself.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
People will have the option for education, just a lack of wanting to get education.
Yes.
Right?
We're starting at -10, and we do need to overcome that. And that's not to look at people and say, hey, you guys need to start trusting the automotive industry. We have well earned that reputation.
Hey guys, well, welcome to Be Encouraged, Colorado's voice for growth and good. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And today's show is sponsored by Cressio. They help automotive service brands and local service businesses use AI to automate their outreach, streamline scheduling, and grow loyal customers without adding to the workload. What a novel idea.
Yes.
You need to visit them at Cressio.com to learn more, and we have left flyers for you guys to take with you, just for you.
I appreciate that.
Awesome.
I appreciate that.
So today we're joined by two leaders who know what it means to serve. One through business, one through mentorship, both helping build stronger, more connected communities right here in Colorado Springs.
Why were you looking at her like that?
I was.
You are two leaders.
The fun part of when I'm sitting here going like, I don't know who she's talking about. Somebody's coming in this door. I'm super excited.
Oh my
I'm super
goodness.
It doesn't sound like you. It's like you're one of us.
Yeah, well, I thought I was here to hold the camera, to be honest with you.
Like, who's she talking about?
I can't wait to see the rollback of
I
this.
know,
It's
right?
about to be a real awkward conversation.
Yeah.
It always makes it
All right,
fun.
it's time to fake it till you make it, guys. Here we go. We're going to start here this morning. Greg Plunkett, man, it's so good meeting you, my friend.
Pleasure meeting you guys.
Yeah, you and Eddie met Eddie before already. Is just as handsome today as he was when I met him the first time. So things are still rolling in place. Listen, Greg, what is the biggest challenge that you've overcome so far in your journey, my friend?
I'll tell you, I think the biggest challenge I've overcome so far would probably be myself, right? As leaders, you're blind to a lot of things. And, I've had great people in my life that have always given me just little tidbits, right? Just kind of knock you back a little, keep you on the straight and narrow. And years ago, I was struggling just trying to get, living at the business, you're trying to get everybody on board. And I had a gentleman that basically just dropped the truth on me and goes, listen, what got you here is not necessarily what's going to get you here.
Yes.
Find your blind spots.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, his name's Don Overton. He used to be a former pastor. So he just kind of hits you right
Yeah.
there in the heart with those feelers. And I'm sitting there. I remember sitting in my parking lot going like, oh, I've got to re-educate myself. Yeah. I've got 20 years of automotive experience. And for running shops and being efficient and this kind of stuff, the change of now I'm managing people. I'm not managing cars as much. I'm not managing customers. I'm managing my employees. I've got to make some changes to be a more stable leader, to be a more direct leader, and to give proper direction people are going to follow. Mm-hmm. That was probably the biggest obstacle I ever had to overcome. Mm-hmm. It's one of those where you can find people, but if you can't find what's wrong with you,
Yes.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And personal growth is so easy to do. It's so fun.
So easy.
But that biggest
A
challenge.
legend right up until here.
That's about it. I'm perfect until you talk to my wife. Yeah.
Yep. She's
Please
the
don't
truth
talk
sayer.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So same question with you, Eddie. Challenge, man. You're an ex-military guy, and thank you for your service,
Yeah,
by
thank
the
you.
way.
You as well.
No, thank you. So what have you had to overcome in the journey so far, my friend?
Going from a militant job where you get paid on the 1st and 15th,
Yeah.
no matter what, and
Except for government shutdown.
except for the
Yeah, there's
but for compliance reasons, I'll stay out of that.
Wise man.
Just the dramatic lifestyle change, right? You go from, really having a job no matter where you go, where you PCS to. You have these leaders who tell you what to wear, what to do, and all of a sudden now, like I have a 16-year-old daughter who actually dresses me every single day because I got no sense of style.
No sense of style.
Zero.
She has it all.
I wore a uniform for 20 years, right? So the biggest thing I had was like, what kind of socks do I buy, right?
They're not green.
Yeah.
What color
Right.
you rolling,
Or beige.
Yeah, beige.
And so what I tell people when they transition out of the military is that options can be stressful. Right? Like, you go from something that you're being told every single day, right? You move to a new city or a new country, you have a job, you have income, to getting out and do it on your own, right? And then also to Greg's point is really what I've learned through a lot of coaching is assigning the truth, right? You can't grow until you sign the truth to where your shortfalls are at, right? Not only in business, but also in your family.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
so learning that and being humble enough and having a beautiful wife who tells me exactly what to do, right? So,
Oh my gosh.
and she's not shy about telling me where my shortfalls are at, right? And so,
How long have you been married?
21 years.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Well, she's a redhead, so I'm very scared of her.
Oh
so.
my God.
I will tell you, meeting her, it was one of the best things. She goes, "I'm a redhead. That's my warning sign."
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
so
what
funny.
told you that?
She told my wife that. That's so
She's
funny.
she's very upfront, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think really just taking and reflecting on what Greg was saying on yourself and actually knowing like what the truth is, right? How you are really perceived and what you bring to the community that you're trying to serve is absolutely essential. That was a big challenge for me. So
Yes, indeed.
Wow. So, Greg, you lead Christian Brothers Automotive franchise where faith and integrity are at the center.
Yes, ma'am.
What first inspired you to run a business that puts people in service above all else?
I've been in automotive, like I said, this is the only career path that I've ever really actually done. So, but that being said, I've done almost every aspect of it. So I've done the parts side, I've done dealership side, I've done independent, I've done all this kind of stuff. I've always been customer service forward. Like whatever you're selling or whatever your product that you're putting forward, if there's not a customer for it, business does not work.
Right.
And you can have the best product in the entire world. And if you don't know how to relate to your guest or you don't know how to show them, hey, I'm trying to help you with this, it's never going to go anywhere. And I always tell people, we don't do sales. We're not a sales company. This is not what we do. We advise. This is what our whole aspect is. That's been something that's been instilled to me even from, family. My grandfather was a liquor salesman. I mean, for many years. My dad, service industry for a stint. And you just kind of get that put right into you of like, just take care of people. And honestly, the dollar will take care of itself.
Yes.
And in automotive, that's always been one of the biggest struggles. I know everybody hates taking their car anywhere.
Yes.
And
Why is that?
trust.
Exactly.
100%. But how do you repair trust? Hyper honesty. Like, if it's one where you bring your car to me and say, listen, I want your advice on this. I may come back and tell you, Frank, you need to get a new car. Financially, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
You're right.
And that's always been my career. I'm not here to. If you want, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Your car's broken. I'm here to help you. If you want it, great. If not, let's kind of go from that aspect of it. And when I came to Christian Brothers, the teachings and the philosophy, first time I ever met a company that I was like, it falls right in line with those, especially with automotive.
Yeah.
And my whole plan with getting with Christian Brothers was actually to leave. I was done with automotive altogether. I was a district manager up through Firestone, working in that aspect. I was done. I wanted to go back to school, get my degree, and I wanted to be done. And Christian Brothers was like, weekends off. And I was like, sweet, this is perfect.
Nice.
3 months there, and I'm coming home telling Chelsea, it was going, hey, this is it. This is the company. And we ended up buying one. So it's like 6 years later, it's like, God has a great path for us.
Yes.
And it just puts you in the right place. And if you're open to it and saying yes to opportunities, it's amazing where it'll take you.
Yeah, I'm a former pastor as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So don't hold that against
I won't. I'll tell you, I'm expecting words of wisdom to be dropped constantly.
Oh, he's got him.
I did want to hear though, Lisa, because Christian Brothers, there's a lot of those franchises.
Yes, sir.
around that. Give us a brief history of what Christian Brothers is.
Oh, I definitely can. So Christian Brothers started in the mid-'80s in Houston, Texas with a gentleman named Mark Carr. Mark came down to Houston, had a handful of different businesses, was successful here, successful there. And actually, the name Christian Brothers, it comes from Brothers in Christ. It's not people with the last name Christian. It is a Christian.
That's what I
based
wanted.
I wondered
Yeah,
that.
I
All people
wondered
do
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first service manager was
Yeah.
named Christian.
Oh,
So
goodness.
it threw a wrench into everything.
Oh, my
Everyone's
God.
like, Christian Brother right now. No, but the actual company it's a faith-based company of, you're going to lead with that. And so when Mark started this company, he started it because there was a technician that was in his Sunday school that was just struggling with his job, and he's like, automotive is terrible. Let's start this together. So in the '80s, Mark started this with one of his Sunday school compatriots that he was going with. I can't remember the gentleman's name off the top of my head, but they just started this company and started kind of building it. And Mark is a very faith-based man. His whole family is, and so they wanted to drive that home of, we are going to do this. Treat your neighbor as yourself.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Simple.
I can't help that your car's broken, but I don't have to lie to you about it.
Right.
You know what I
Yes,
mean? I don't have
exactly.
to do things. We're surrounded by a bunch of automotive that's out there, and I always tell everybody that's out there, there's more cars than we can fix.
Yeah,
and that was the
absolutely.
philosophy that he kind of had.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered that
It
question. for
did.
you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Because I was always curious about that.
Yeah,
I
I
said,
was too.
"Are these guys named Christian or?"
Yeah.
No, they don't look like brothers. They're all Caucasian.
Oh my gosh.
Not all of us are Caucasians. Funny.
For the record, Frank said that. Okay,
Yes.
just
Hey,
those that are
the funny
listening.
thing is, Frank, you're not the first one I've heard it from.
that's
But leading with faith, I'll tell you, it gets people right in your door and it helps you take
Yeah.
care of them. Yeah,
Right.
so,
That's so awesome.
yes, sir.
Yeah, Eddie.
See, I told you words of wisdom.
My friend, you transitioned from a 20-year Air Force career into financial advising and leadership. What drew you to helping others build financial confidence after the military life?
yeah. So serving the military, I've seen a lot of people just have very toxic relationships with money, right? And a lot of that's just through a lack of education, and then mostly we have these cell phones now, right? People will have the option for education, just a lack of wanting to get education,
Yes.
right? And so, which that relationship with money pours over into their personal relationships, right? Either with their spouses, their kids, whoever it may be. And I saw it day in and day out in the military. And so when I was leaving the military, I was like, I still want to serve my fellow veterans, but not be tied to Uncle Sam anymore, right? I was that part of my life is kind of over,
It's
right?
over, yeah.
And so the financial world, I've always been infatuated with it. I love the fact that by set yourself up, you can actually have a generational impact, for generations, right? For your family and other people's family. And so I still want to have an impact on my veterans. I didn't want to be tied to Uncle Sam. I wanted to lead in the financial world. And so when I had opportunity to interview, it was a match made in heaven. And so,
That's awesome.
and I landed with a great company, right?
Yes, you did.
So
Northwestern Mutual is a good company.
it's a
Yes.
great company,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
with the culture of just like with what Greg was saying is we believe in that hyper honesty, and just like why me and Greg I think we're really good friends and have built a really good relationship is with our clients we're trying to win the relationship and not the transaction.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
And so we understand that's an important part because there's a lot of bad actors out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are.
Right, and
Yeah.
so we're trying to put a little bit of good out in our community, whether it's fixing cars or fixing financial plans, and so that's exactly.
Were
what
you
we're doing.
enlisted or commissioned?
I was enlisted, so
Okay.
I made it all the way up to E8. So
Okay.
my last 6.5 years, I was a first sergeant. So got to spend some time in the leadership and really love the whole mentorship aspect of helping folks. It can be frustrating at sometimes because you show them like this is the great thing to do, and they're like, "That's cool," and they just kind of throw it in the trash,
Yeah.
right? It's like, all right, I get that, right? But our motto is like, some will, some won't, right?
That's right. Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
but my job when I came out of the military was like, hey, everybody deserves a financial plan, but now I had to adjust that to where it's my job to offer everybody a financial plan.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right? And if they want it, that's great, right?
If not,
If not, like, hey, at least they know, right?
Yeah.
So,
I talked to my two older daughters, they're in their 20s, and I'm like, you need to do a financial plan, you need to figure it out, but I'm just mom.
yeah.
So having someone like you, give them some
I got a guy
like,
if you're looking, all right? So,
And he's excellent. He's excellent.
No, that's
yeah,
great.
it's not like you got a client in the room.
yeah. Well, that's what
You gotta set this up.
that's what it's about, right? You do business with people that you trust, right? And
Right,
people work on
exactly.
multiple cars, and
You speak highly to that of like, or you talk about that of like doing business with people you trust. Since I met Eddie on this aspect of you're 100% of looking to take my business with Eddie and vice versa, because it is that trust factor.
Yes.
Talking with Eddie and how Eddie conducts himself, how Eddie does business, you can get that from him from the very beginning. He's a man with ethics, and even if he's going to tell me bad news, he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'll take that 90% of the time, or 100% of the time, so I can make an educated decision.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said, working with him, client in the room, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like working with people that treat me well.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
and
a
are honest.
philosophy, right? We're here to serve
Yes.
our community, not please our community,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Right.
You know, there's a big
Right.
difference.
There is a
The
big
service
difference.
mindset.
People could get
Yeah.
that because the average human doesn't get that, Eddie.
They
Yeah.
don't.
they really
crazy.
don't. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Eddie, you've mentored advisors and worked closely with clients navigating big life transitions. What's one of the biggest challenges you've seen people face with finances, and how do you help them overcome it?
Yeah, this is going to sound very basic, and it really is, right? You would be surprised if you pulled 100 people, how many people actually conduct a monthly budget, right? Very few.
Very few.
Very few,
Yeah.
right? And so what we start with is everybody gets a budget, right? We don't move on any business until we have a firm budget in place, because one, it's about capacity, right? But then two, a lot of people just have no idea where their money comes in and where the money goes out to,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of our folks, as you guys know, and with the government shutdown, kind of thing, right? A lot of people that live paycheck to paycheck are going to be super affected by not getting paid. And I have a lot of clients that are contractors, military, right? And so that's a big scare point for them, right? But knowing now that my clients have that 3 to 6 months of budget saved up whenever things like this
That's so
happen,
awesome.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then also knowing that they're hyper vigilant on where their money actually goes out to, like and the way we do it is we don't just have them like fill out a little spreadsheet. We actually have them go line by line in their bank account and their credit cards. And I had one client come back to me. She literally slammed her hand on my desk and was like, "Did you know I spend $700 a month at Starbucks?"
Wow.
700.
I was just like,
Those are rookie numbers. We need to get those up.
Yeah. And
That's like a drink and a snack.
I was like, "Are you
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
And I asked her, I was like, "Are you mad at me or mad at yourself?" And she goes, "Well, kind of both." And I
Yeah.
was like, "That's fair, right?"
Yes.
But I tell you what, when we're adding columns to people's ledgers,
Yes.
they really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it starts with the basic of create a budget.
Yes.
Great. How long you been with Northwestern now?
3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah.
now.
I'm on
How
three.
was that point? Because so many people come in to the financial advisor space that don't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, the turnover is insane.
Yeah.
It really is ridiculous. What was the inflection point where you knew, yeah, this is my thing?
Yeah, I tell you, it's really when you start making an impact on people's lives, right? And a lot of times people are not going to see like the immediate, like we're not the ones that are building like going to make you $1 million overnight. We don't do that kind of stuff, but we understand that our plans will become alive at some point, right? And a lot of times we're going to build you two plans, that catastrophe plan in case something unforeseen happens to you or your family, right? And then that utopia plan. You guys both live to be 95 and things just go awesome, right? And life is good, but we know the stats show us that somewhere in the middle is going to happen, right? And so, but seeing that impact on how people like really have that emotional like stress just like leave their body when they like, hey, I'm good to go now.
Yes.
Right? They don't have to worry about it because they've seen, and maybe you guys have experienced too, people with like long-term care, situations, right? They'll bankrupt people.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Easily.
Yeah.
somebody unexpectedly dies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and funerals are expensive these days, right? And so knowing that people can trust us, right? Trust our businesses, that hey, they're good to go and they have a team behind them. that's a lot more than any kind of commission check you'll ever get.
Yeah.
You still didn't answer my question, but you
What was that? When did I know?
When was the inflection point? When did you know that you were going to be able to stick?
You know, I tell you what, it's really the culture that, you know, our managing partner sets in our office, right? And so I would say when it comes to clients trusting you, that's great, right? But what Kevin Caveney does in our office is absolutely critical.
Yeah.
And why I stay
I've
there.
met that person as well. So yeah, it's good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg.
Yes, sir.
You're running a business, man.
Allegedly. my wife's the one that runs it.
Oh my gosh.
I just have to be the figurehead.
Well, you're the figurehead.
As a role.
You're the face, right? Especially one that relies on trust, which isn't easy to incorporate in your business. It really, it's almost like you always have to overcome distrust to
Yes.
get to the point of trust, right?
Yeah.
In
Yes, sir.
automotive business. So, what's been the toughest moment in your journey as an owner? And what helped you to push through that?
Talking about trust specifically?
No,
Just
toughest
judge
moment. Yeah. If trust is,
I'd say it goes back to like the hit 2 points you're kind of talking about. Like, so it's like that's important. Like we talk about overcoming. You're not starting at 0. We're starting at -10, and we do need to overcome that. And that's not to look at people and say, "Hey, you guys need to start trusting the automotive industry." We have well earned that reputation. We have well earned it, and I don't like to talk about that, but like, we're going to be honest. Let's be honest about it. So, yeah, we are starting on our back foot. So how do we overcome that? And it's like we have a digital vehicle inspection. When I send you a picture, because we don't have a lot of people that wait. We drop the vast majority of our customer off. You know, that's the reason we have a shuttle. I'll run you anywhere. I've gone from Lyman to the Air Force Academy, and we're in Falcon.
Wow.
So wherever we need to take you. But we don't have a lot of people that wait. So now you're not there to go out there and look at your car. So now you are even more on the back foot of now when you get a phone call of going, hey, we have a head gasket that's leaking. Well, that's terrible. So what we do is we have what they call a digital vehicle inspection, where we're going to take pictures of everything that we see. It's on your car. That's your pictures of exactly what the tech is saying. And so when we call and talk to you about that and go, hey, listen, you know, this is what we're seeing. Are you seeing? Can you see what we're seeing as well? So that we try to educate you as much as humanly possible. That's how we overcome the trust aspect, because it's not us just telling you this. We actually have this, so you can keep your records with it, and that kind of stuff. That's been one of our biggest aspects that we've had. Now to your other question, which was
the toughest moment.
I'll tell you the toughest moment.
Toughest moment in your journey as an owner. What helped you to push through that?
It's one of those death of a thousand cuts. There's a ton of tough journeys, but having a good team behind you, my wife, my service manager.
Your wife
friends.
works with you?
Yes, she runs the marketing aspect.
She runs the show. He said that.
I will tell you this.
Most wives run the show no matter where they're at.
I'll tell you that. Completely off subject. Chelsea took over our marketing very heavy this year. And we did okay with marketing, but Chelsea really took over our marketing very heavy this year. She has another job that she also works on top of that. And I will tell you, last month alone was a record month for us in 5 years. And marketing, so when you talk about her working with us, not only she worked with us, there's 3 of us that run that shop. Myself, my service manager, and Chelsea. The 3 of us make decisions together, the 3 of us kind of go through it. So when you talk about those are the people that help you pull through those tough times, especially as an owner.
That's awesome.
So yeah, a long way around, but I wanted to at least talk about the trust aspect. That's always a big one. I do apologize for
No.
So Greg, I got one more for you,
Sure.
and then we're back to you. But
I won't take us long, I promise.
so Christian Brothers Automotive is known for its community focus.
Yes, ma'am.
How have you seen your business make a difference beyond just car repairs?
It is so fun to get out in the community, right? It is beyond fun. And again, Chelsea taking over our marketing. We're now doing, the Kite Festival out in Falcon. We're now going to these events. And the whole time we're out there, we're not selling anything. I don't have an Etsy store. I'm literally out there to answer questions. Like, we hand out candy. We have given out probably no less than 1,000 free oil changes. Like, here you go, have fun, come see us, let's do our thing. We just want you to come in and experience us. But being out in the community, of seeing kind of what the community needs, right? We were talking about the Kite Festival out in Falcon. I loved it. We had a blast. That brings in $0 to my shop.
Yeah.
You can't quantify it.
Right.
But right, you're shaking hands, hugging babies,
to the
getting
point
to know all
where
the people.
exactly to the point we're going to be the
amazing.
main sponsor this next year. Like I
Exactly.
love it.
Oh, that's
and if we
great.
don't do stuff like that, they're going to go away.
Yeah.
And so, like for us, if business is going to be successful, let's pour back. Let's have fun. You know, let's give the community and try to be a light in that community.
That's awesome. Yeah, we need lights. We need social impact,
Mm-hmm.
right? More now than ever. You know, Eddie, you're passionate about mentoring and helping other veterans. And as a veteran, I so appreciate that, my friend. How does giving back and guiding others shape the way you define success?
Yeah, I'll tell you a little backstory. Is I was raised by my grandmother. She raised me, and my parents, got divorced when I was pretty young, and Dad was working out of town, and my grandma instilled a lot of core values into me, right? And the first and foremost is integrity, right? She said that your word is everything.
Yes.
Period. Dot. Right. I don't ever. My grandma's been dead for about 15 years, and I'm still scared of her. By the way, all right. So she was very deliberate about how she raised me, and my actions, and they always had consequences, right? And so when you say success is not monetarily like it's the word trust, right? When people are willing to trust you with something as intimate as their money,
Yes.
right? Right, and there's usually there's one or two things that when you take intimacy, right? It's money and the other thing,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
And so, but
And money probably leads the other thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
right?
At this day and age, yes.
Exactly,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so when somebody has that trust in order to say, hey, yes, just like Greg was saying, is I'm a financial advisor, not a financial dictator.
Yeah.
Right. And so when it comes to people's money, I've never worked hard for their money. They worked hard for it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to be a good steward of it. Right.
Nice.
And so when people do trust me and they say, hey, guide me, right? That's success, right? And then when people are able to reach their goals, and when people are able to hand their kids checks for college, when people are call you up and say thank you, man, how good does that feel, right? That's success, right?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like it's? I hate to say it, like those are your wins.
Oh yeah.
Like when someone else, you didn't work hard for the money, but you
Yeah.
did for the success of it. Like when you can help somebody like that,
Yep.
and you get to go, man, look what we just did in the world.
Yeah.
It's kind of I'll tell you, like you said, it's better than any kind of money you're gonna get.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Exactly.
It's a slow impact, on the grand scheme of things, but it's huge for families.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
totally.
Right, whenever they're
Yes.
able to something bad happens to maybe the breadwinner in the house,
Yeah.
and knowing that we have a plan for them,
Yes.
that's
Peace of
that's
mind.
peace of mind,
Yeah,
right? So
everything. Yeah.
Wow.
So, for someone who's listening who feels overwhelmed about finances today or maybe going through a major life change, what's one small piece of advice that you would give to them?
yeah, I will tell you, a lot of our clients come to us when they are overwhelmed, right? When they don't have the bandwidth to do it, right? Because a lot of people out there have kids, have families, husbands, whatever, full-time jobs, and they don't have the bandwidth to be the financial weenie and do all the research and all this other stuff. I would say just ask for help, right? Just one step is, and the great thing about our company and our office downtown is we're willing to help, right? And all of our plans are actually complementary, right? So and it's great. People just want advice, and people just need to start. And even Mark Twain said this, right? The hardest part about getting ahead is getting started, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's just taking that first step just to get started. And it's a simple phone call to somebody on my team.
Awesome.
That great philosopher, Mark Twain.
Mark
Yeah.
Twain.
Those are good ones, man.
I think it's on the back of the cereal box or something like that.
It's better than the bumper stickers we normally read.
He said some incredible stuff, though.
Yeah.
He really did. Greg, for business owners striving to lead with integrity, what's your advice for building a business that truly and absolutely serves our community?
I think it goes with accountability. Like you bring up integrity with that question as well, of trying to have that kind of integrity. You have to start with the integrity. And once that kind of happens, the community stuff kind of comes naturally. Because to me, you kind of naturally see of going, oh, wait a minute, we've got to take care of these. It's not just fixing your car, right? There's all kinds of different things that kind of go into that. But to me, it starts with accountability. You hold yourself to a level of accountability of, I'm not going to waver from this. Because you can. There's different areas where you're looking at something where it's a judgment call, and you're like, wow, this is more profitable, but this is... No, just hold yourself to that level. hold your team to that level, and the community itself will come. You will naturally want to embrace the community because you're holding that level of accountability, and you see it. And I tell you, I get guys all the time that we hire in. I always tell them, if I can get you to see what I see, hear what I hear, and feel what I feel, we'll be perfect.
Yeah.
We'll be great. But the integrity side of it takes a long time to you got to weed those guys out.
Yes.
And we've been going for 5 years, and I actually feel like we have the best team we've ever had right now.
It only takes that long.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
But man, once you get it, I don't know if anybody ever goes surfing, but it's like you're on that wave. You're just it rides different. Your community outreach is better. You can do things like coming and doing this today with you guys.
Yeah.
You can do things like that. But that's where I'd say it starts.
Well, my key takeaway, Frank, for Greg, is that I've never met an automotive person, and I know a lot of people through BNI and all that, but wow, how you take a personal effort to get out into community, forge relationships, and go that extra mile. I don't see them out in events and fairs and expos and stuff like you're talking about doing. That's absolutely phenomenal that you care about building that relationship.
I'll tell you the biggest thing for that, and like credit where credit is due. Again, with a lot of years in automotive experience, you have a tendency to fall into that ditch of you're just working. Having the good people around you, like Chelsea, who's taken over a marketing aspect, to pull us out of this and go, listen, there's a bigger picture here.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture. Everybody's doing well. We're having fun. Let's keep an eye on that bigger picture. And I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. But I'm only part of it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like
totally.
I got somebody who's shoving me from behind, going, get out there, do things.
Yeah, but the fact that you're modeling a healthy marriage.
Yes, ma'am.
Both in business and personal.
Trying.
You guys are still married.
Yes. I will tell you, God love her.
Because
it's
subjective, right?
Well, it's one of those where you talk about working on yourself as an owner. Again, you don't just work on yourself as a business. I mean, now Eddie can talk about this. When you work on yourself in this, it goes into business.
Yeah.
Which then goes into maybe every aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, that's what's cool too, is that how you guys met out in community and how you are on the line as well out there, and you guys met that way, and you guys are kindred spirits completely, and you're helping so many families out there.
Yeah, no, and we're very fortunate to have two very strong, opinionated ladies in our life. And so same thing, my wife does like my marketing for me, and like having that and having her part of the business, a huge part of the business, is absolutely key, because that's her unique ability. Like me and Greg haven't had a great thought besides marrying our wives.
I so agree with that. I so agree with that.
Our joke is like, we just show up and pay for it.
And we've said that multiple times.
We're like, hey, we'll just go show up and pay for it, right? And so but they're phenomenal at it.
Yes.
And being able to have that with your partner in life is absolutely key, because you get that not only at the house, but also in the business world, right? And have such a strong support team is absolutely key, right?
Well, thank you for modeling strong marriages.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Well, Frank, he just celebrated 19 years with his bride, Michelle.
It's one of those, you don't make it 19 years without putting in the work. Anybody who thought marriage was easy, it's like, no,
they've never been married.
They've never been married.
Facts.
There's no such thing as that. My takeaway from you guys and having you on the show today, it wasn't amazing. I mean, to have two men of integrity here together talking about and leading with the word integrity, right? Financial advising, man, people run as fast as they can get away from you guys. Right? That's just where we live. When you talk about people's money, there's embarrassment, there's shame, there's all the feelings that go in with talking about people's money. But you are really positioning yourself to be different. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, funny you say that. Is one thing I tell my clients is there's a famous quote by Ted Lasso, right?
You really do quote the
famous philosophers, right? Is we ask questions out of curiosity, not out of judgment. Right, and we make sure that's up front on the table, right? Yes. And one thing that's really great about our business and how we model it, and thanks to our leadership in the office, right, is we do what we call an upfront contract, right? Hey, this is what we're going to talk about today. Are you okay with it, right? We always ask that question. Are you okay with asking, And absolutely. And it's just like kind of going to the doctor, right? It's like the more information that you kind of give me, the better off I can help kind of diagnose and treat. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. Christian Brothers, my takeaway from you, first of all, now I know that it's not owned by brothers.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I didn't mean to just
With last names of Christian.
Yeah. Right. Well, I know there's a lot of people in town wondering that.
Yeah,
I totally
we just
love that.
clarified
Yeah.
that for the whole.
You're welcome, everybody.
We get asked that quite a bit, but it's one of those, like, I always kind of look at it of going, it's always a great opportunity to sit and kind of talk to people about, like, fellowship as well. And that's an area where, again, even in the we've had pastors that do. They've left the pulpit to come work at Christian Brothers because you can fellowship from the counter a lot better.
Amen.
You can help people a lot more. You
Yeah.
know, it's very interesting. It's always kind of a fun deal because always the first thing I always attack, like, you're not so Christian. I still have to charge you something.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to do it for free. I would.
It's a business.
Trust me, I would love to do all automotive.
If that's their lead in,
Yeah.
then you probably don't want to do business.
It's
with
always
Yeah.
the one that gets me. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
them.
just-
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Christian does not mean free.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I wish we could. Trust me, I wish we could.
Yeah. Yeah. And the word says that. I won't go into expounding.
Yes, sir.
A
All right.
workman. Yeah.
So, as you know, our whole mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world. I'm going to start with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to look at that camera and let them know, first of all, your services, how to reach you, all the good things, and then I want you to encourage the world.
Oh, wow.
No biggie.
So, Greg Plunkett, Christian Brothers Automotive and Falcon. You can reach us 719-728-1616. Best thing to do, call. We can get you taken care of. If you want to come in, we'll be more than happy to take care of you at that point. To encourage the world, breathe. It's going to be okay. Doesn't matter where you really are, doesn't matter really what's going on. If you breathe, take a second, it's going to be okay. No matter where you kind of are. I know it may seem like it's the end, it's not. Just breathe. You're going to be okay.
Nice.
Right on. Look at you, Greg.
I try and just encourage the
the
world.
famous
Yeah.
philosopher Greg Plunkett.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to quote. You're more than welcome to quote that.
Take that to your last
Oh
song.
my goodness. All right, Eddie,
That was a great
you're
Plunkett,
next.
So Eddie Roden, Northwestern Mutual. You can give me a call at 661-802-6607. Have a great team around me to encourage the world. I will tell you this. I learned this from a very wise, not philosopher, but leader in my military career. And she told me this: the greatest time for growth is when you're the most uncomfortable, right? There's going to be a lot of uncomfortable situations that are going to pop up in your life, right? But how you get around that is through faith, right? If that's your thing, right? But also too by support, right? And we're here to support you. We're here to education first. Like I said before, we're here to win the relationship, not the transaction.
In the relationship,
Not the transaction.
By the way, I'm going to quote that from the
That's
famous
good.
philosopher
Eddie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Eddie Roden.
Aristotle,
Yes.
The full spectrum, my
kidding.
man.
Yeah. Mark Twain's cousin.
Yeah. Not brother though.
Not brother.
Not the
Yeah,
brother.
not the brother.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
Oh my, so much fun.
So good.
Man, I can't thank you guys enough for having us. Like, this is always so fun to kind of sit down and talk and kind of get out there of hearing from you guys and asking us this question. I can't thank you enough for your time today. It's been so much fun.
You're very
How about this?
welcome.
How can we help you guys?
For real.
Well, we'll call you.
Yeah, we'll call you and talk.
We will call
next
you and
week.
talk. Well, offline.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Just
All
let us
right.
know.
We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally. We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gaba?
Gaba. And she is a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well. But he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has
mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So they really are.
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Look up Planet Duck.
Well, that's it for the Be Encouraged show today. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and join us on our conversation at beencouraged.net.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, more ladies than gentlemen. No, both of you. We give real talk, real growth, and real Colorado. So
Stay encouraged.
I missed.
You did.
I did.
He's
but that's
hungry.
Okay. I'm hungry.